real national average for staging your home, you get a 400% return on your staging investment. I mean, where else do you get that kind of return? It increases your return on your house anywhere from 5 to 20%.
Hey there everyone, this is Kaitlyn Pimentel on the Sheil team at Randall Realtors Compass. Today we have Kristen and Amy here with us today with Salt and Pine Home Staging, and we are very excited for them to be with us. I'm sure you've seen them on Instagram. They do incredible work, and we're just so pumped that you're here.
Thank you. We're excited.
I know. We're in their beautiful warehouse. I want everything in here. I've already said that. It's like being in the best home goods setup I think I've ever seen. I'm really excited that we get to chat about like your business, how people can work with you, the benefits. You know, it's a seller's market right now, and what you offer helps sellers like decrease the stress. So yeah, tell us a little bit about like your story and yourself. What's like to work family business.
So I'm Kristen. This is Amy. We're identical twin sisters, and I think we've been staging for 3 years now. And so we always wanted to work together. I think we have a knack for doing this, and we just decided we'd had enough of our former careers and decided to go back, get certified, and start our business.
You two are like the power team here. Like you're sisters, and you run this incredible business, and you have such amazing taste. Like honestly, like I really want everything in this warehouse. How did you come to want to start like a staging business?
So about 3.5 years ago, we sold our houses. We happened to live about a block away from each other on the east side of Providence, and we loved the process of selling our house. I think most people don't, but we loved the like packing, the purging, like thinking about like what's gonna make our home show the best. And so we did a lot of that and loved it. And then after we moved into our new homes, and you know, we're a little unhappy with what we were doing career-wise, Kristen had this idea like, hey, we really loved this, and what we were doing was like staging. I think we should like really think about it.
Yeah. Oh, I love that story too. Especially when you're really like into something. And this is a lot, I can't even imagine. Like there's so many layers to what you do. Like we're just talking about coordinating with your movers and agents and homeowners and de-staging, which we'll get into in a second. You're very organized, and they already have the staging packed up, ready to go for like other days. It's so cool. It really is amazing. So how does the process work? So let's say someone wants to sell their home. How do they get the process started?
So I think either the homeowner or the realtor can start the process, and we have both contact us. So what generally happens is we'll get an email or a phone call from somebody saying they're interested in staging. What does it entail? So we usually ask them a bunch of questions about the house, what they're looking for. Is it vacant? Does someone live there? Is there furniture? Things like that. Will someone be living there? We get the answers for all that, and that helps us formulate a quote for what it would be to work with us, depending on what they need.
So if it's like a vacant home, we'll ask questions like, what's the square footage of the home? Do you think you want to stage the whole thing? We recommend at least staging the main rooms, living room, dining room, kitchen, primary bedroom. And then if there's any spaces that are a little awkward or hard to tell what it might be.
Yeah. Unique, awkward.
So unique.
You have an awkward space.
So tell me about your awkward room.
So ask all those questions. We'll get a list of them. I'll even ask like, is it an eating kitchen? Is there an island or a peninsula that will require bar stools? The square footage of the home gives us some indication for how large the rooms are. And sometimes I'll look up previously when it's listed to get a sense of the home.
Yeah.
And then we can put together a quote for the property. We don't need to go see it. Our minimum for staging a vacant is between $2,200 and $2,500. From there, we'll put together like the proposal and we'll send it off. So then you have an idea of how much it will cost. Once you decide to move forward, then we'll set up a date and we'll go preview the property. And when we're there, we'll take pictures, any measurements, anything that we need, notice any stairs, doorways, things like that for our movers, paint colors, finishes in the home, and anything that we need to then make our design plan. There, it's just asking the homeowner, the realtor, whoever seeing when we can get them on the calendar. We typically book 2 weeks out, then come back and we'll start planning. Every stage we have an aesthetic that like follows us through all of our stages, but every stage is like a unique design.
It really
For
is.
that house.
You have to follow them on Instagram. It's Salt and Pine, right? Just Salt and Pine.
Yeah.
It's like a coastal, neutral, pop of color aesthetic. It really, lots of greenery. Like, I'm loving all the plants here. You just wake up and say, here I am going to be a stager. Like, you studied, have all your credentials and all the studying that you've done, research and schooling. So there's a method to the madness, like you were saying, which is just so amazing.
I think there's a theory behind what we do as stagers, and you have to be taught that. And looking back at what we did to our own homes, we would not do now. That we're professional stagers.
Yeah.
Now that we've learned and been trained, but I think it also, we have morphed into our own style that we do try to bring to every house, and I think every stager has that a little bit, and so you want to see the one that meets with what you're looking for.
Yeah. It's funny, I actually saw a new listing that popped up on MLS. I can't remember what it is. But I think it was like this morning or yesterday. I want to say it was in Narragansett or something. So I was like, I think that's a Salt and Pine. Like, I know that lamp, or I know that, like, I forgot to tell you guys that it's you, so I can tell, like, you have your own, like, branding. I love it.
It's the biggest compliment when people say, like, I walk into a home and I can tell that Salt and Pine has been there.
Yeah. I remember us talking about it, and then I saw something on MLS. I was like, it's a Salt and Pine stage. So let's say the house is now on the market, you've staged it. When it goes under contract, talk about the stats, because I think it's very cool. Like, rapid fire with these statistics. So it's under contract. What happens with the staging then?
Once we need to be contacted once it goes under contract, so that we can start scheduling the destaging process. As much as we would love to be right there for everybody, we cannot be there the next day to pick up the inventory, because we already have other stages scheduled for realtors and homeowners and other destages. So again, we schedule out at least 2 weeks.
Right.
So we have to be notified. We also cannot close on a property with our furniture in it.
Fun fact.
We need to get our furniture first.
That's not part of the property. That will not convey with the sale.
Right. So we just ask that we're notified as soon as it's pending, as soon as like you're scheduling an inspection, we can put you on the calendar. And it can be tentative. Like, we totally understand that things happen. And so like if we have to push it, we can. But we need to get on
We can push it out. We can't push it closer.
Yeah, and it's so great to know, because honestly, I haven't heard that before yet. So that's a really great little tool.
In our business model, the way that we work is we contract with our movers that we use. We work with this amazing company, Grand Mason LLC. They're not on Instagram. We keep trying to get them.
I know.
And they're awesome, but we have to coordinate with them as well to get there.
So what are the statistics?
So the real national average for staging your home, you get a 400% return on your investment for your staging investment. I mean, where else do you get that kind of return?
It's a great return.
And it increases your return on your house anywhere from 5 to 20%.
Wow.
We love a story of an occupied house we did. An occupied house. So a family lived there the entire time.
Wow.
We went in and helped them. They rented accessories from us. They rented a dining room table, because their dining room was a playroom. But they got over $200,000 over
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
on their property.
So when people say they can't afford to stage, can you really not afford to stage?
That's a point I'm really glad you brought up, because yes, it is an extra 22 plus, but I mean,
but even if you spent $3,000, wouldn't you want to make 30 to 40 grand? That's a low return on your investment for what you get with staging.
And not to mention, you said 52%.
So for time on the market in 2021, the average days on the market in Rhode Island were 30. Our average, if you staged with us, so Salt and Pine Homes, our average days on the market were 15, but 52% of those sold in under 5.
Oh my God.
Which again is more money in your pocket. So it's more money for the seller and the realtor.
Right.
So it really ups your game as a realtor.
Staging is marketing.
Yeah.
So like you want to present to your clients like the best and strongest marketing that you can for a home, and you want to position the home the best that you can. And everybody knows that that first day that it hits MLS is like the biggest and best day it's going to have.
Yeah.
And you want the home staged for those photos.
It's like
you
first
don't
impression.
want to have it sit, drop the price, and you never drop the price like less than 10 grand, but you could stage for less than 10
That's
grand.
a very good point. That's a great point. You mentioned you've worked with sellers that have lived in the house. Is that like stressful for them? Does that work with sellers who use your services, but maybe they don't want to like ruin things, or it's tough to keep it all together?
We
Nice.
try to make it the least stressful possible. And when we go in and meet with homeowners, we're very upfront about what the process will be like
Nice.
and what are the steps they can take. And
Yeah.
all occupied start with a consultation. And
Oh,
that
that's
might be
nice.
all that the home needs. So our consultations are $300 for up to 2 hours in a home.
That's
and we go
amazing.
top to bottom through the home
Wow.
and tell them what to do to get their
Wow.
home ready. And sometimes that's enough.
Or sometimes they can use, we have a few added things they could add on to it where we can give them some recommended general paint colors or lighting fixtures that they can update, that they can just add that on to that initial $300 consult and go on their way. And their home can look
Perfect.
drastically different.
Right. So you're still having a professional come in with your background, your experience, your knowledge, expertise, kind of give the very honest opinion of, Mrs. Smith may love this, drape or, these window features or whatever, but not necessarily the average buyer, modern buyer today.
Right, and we talk about all of that, like, what to pack up if possible. And if you're thinking of selling your home, just start packing. Just start packing. Like, it's only gonna help.
Yeah.
We'll give suggestions for possibly putting some things in storage if that's a possibility.
Yeah.
Rearranging furniture if that will help
Nice.
with the flow. And then sometimes after we've been in there and had these conversations, homeowners decide they'd really like to do an accessory rental package.
Oh, nice. So there's like many different layers to working with you.
So then we can add on and we'll come up with a design plan for them. We'll give them a quote for what it will cost to rent all the inventory and have us come back and stage the home. We give them a whole process of, we'll stage everything, we'll take pictures of everything and send it to them so they know what it looks
Oh
like.
my gosh. I remember you saying that. I love that. How easy is
And we
that?
give them a checklist and we give them bags and a bin that they can put things in. So
So
it's
they
not
don't
out
leave it
while
out
they're
there to live
living.
with.
Yeah, because that's what I'm thinking. Dogs.
And we try, with
turtle.
those, we can sometimes get it where we can come in and do the refresh in the morning and then pictures in the afternoon. And then the homeowner can put everything away till the first showing.
Yeah.
Or the realtor, or
Yeah.
sometimes helps the homeowner and we
Yeah.
send pictures to both. Everybody knows what has to be done.
Yeah.
They can put it out before the open house and the house looks like Salt and Pine was there.
Wow. Oh my gosh. You have your little candles. How
do.
damn they're cute. Like adorable kids. They're such a great like closing gift like thing. I think it's a great
So
idea.
if you don't know the Blissful Bee, she's on Instagram too. She makes these hand-poured
Like
soy
cool.
candles, and
oh.
they have our logo on it, and they're awesome.
People find you? Like, can they? You're on Instagram. You have a beautiful website. Well, I guess I just answered the question.
Yep.
Any other places that you're at?
You can find us on Facebook. Everything that we do on Instagram, we put on Facebook.
Our website is www.saltandpinehome.com, and that's the best place to see. You can see pictures of our work. You can see what we offer for services,
Yeah.
and how to contact us through email or phone.
Perfect. And then if someone there's a place on there that someone wants to get in touch with you,
Yep, they can send us
Yeah.
a message.
So this is like technically a What's Good in Narragansett episode. Do you have a favorite place in Narragansett that you like?
Funny, this is gonna sound funny, and this is back from dating my husband. We used to go to Block Island all the time for the day, and we would come back on the ferry and have dinner at George's.
Oh my gosh, George's is the
And
best.
there used to always be a steel drummer there
Really?
in the evening. Who
Wait,
was
really?
amazing, and we have yet to find him again. But we had
Oh
the
my
most magical
gosh.
dinner there one summer with the steel drummer playing.
I've never seen a steel drummer there. Who knew?
I don't know where he is.
But come back, wherever you are. You're missed. You're missed. It is the best. Oh, we used to, when we first moved here, our friends and I, we would go there a lot for dinner, like on like Fridays or something. It's the coolest little
It
place.
is cool.
Yeah, yeah.
It would be fun. We'd be all very beachy off the ferry, and
And then there you
we'd,
go.
sit there for dinner and feel like we were still having our day away.
I know. Well, thank you guys so much for being on the video and like sharing all your expertise. Like you said, it is the marketing, and like every single piece goes into this big puzzle of getting your home sold in the least amount of stress, the least amount of days possible for the most amount of money. And this, obviously, you know, professional photos are an absolute must, but this is just above and beyond, and you've proven your track record just speaks for itself.
I think one other benefit for realtors to work with us is that your listings have a certain look or a certain elevation to them, which is a really cool thing to bring to your clients.
It is. Like, it really shows you're willing to maybe put more skin in the game for your clients. I think it just adds an extra modern element that no matter what price point, as long as the seller's comfortable, it's a great way to put your best foot forward. With spring coming, there's going to be more competition for everyone, and I'm already seeing it in the Narragansett market. Just, you know, last 3 days, there's 4 or 5 new listings, and once it starts to get warm around here, people think beach and summer. That place they always want to retire. I think when it's in the lull part of the market, like this really is just so huge. So thank you so much, both of you.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. Thank you as always for watching, and we'll have to do another one soon.
We will.
Bye guys.